when you're moving from place to place, place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
You bring us here live in Beverly Oasis, Tobago this morning, not Portmore. My name is Dwayne Nurse, and we are here, smack center of the work week, to bring you that youthful vigor and to revitalize, resuscitate, reinvigorate you, just so that you could have something to take you through the rest of the week. As you would all know, that we are also on the cusp of Tobago's Carnival, and we have a lot in store for you this morning. But again, my name is Dwayne Nurse, and I'm joined with
Natalia Nancis. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all our viewers on our viewing platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and 102 on Amplia. It's lovely to be here with you, Dwayne.
Oh yes.
This ambience. I mean, it's cool. It's just, according to the young people, it's giving demure. It's very,
I don't like that word. It's so overused, but
right. But I am happy to join you in Beverly Oasis Suites this morning.
Yes. Here
for our Youth Wednesdays on Tobago updates. So,
yes. I mean, the name, the ambience is in the name.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a lot of running water. Very therapeutic. Very indoor kind of setting. It's kind of unique.
It's something that you would look for on the outside, but it's on the inside. I find it it's very cool,
Yes, it's a very good place to stay.
Yes.
So we're going to go straight over to news in 90 seconds with Miss Nancis.
Thank you, Dwayne. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, 23rd October 2024. Independent Senator Dr. Maria Dillon Remy has called for the Roxborough Hospital to be fully operational within this fiscal year following the deaths of Nadia Shangi and her baby. Dillon Remy criticized the underutilization of the $98 million facility opened in 2021 and blamed poor planning for its delayed full operation. She stressed the importance of 24/7 emergency service at Roxborough Hospital to serve East Tobago and reduce the risk of traveling to Scarborough for health care. Hoteliers in Tobago are experiencing a successful October Carnival season, with many properties reaching 100% occupancy. President of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, Alpha Lord, noted that the 2024 Carnival, scheduled for October 25th to 27th, is expected to surpass the previous 2 years and lay a strong foundation for future events. He highlighted that small properties are fully booked, medium-sized ones are at 85% occupancy, and larger establishments range from 70 to 100% filled. Despite some lost bookings due to the Caribbean Airlines flight schedule issues, Lord praised the Port Authority for effectively increasing seabridge arrivals. The Carnival is generating significant economic benefits with higher returns and a boost to the accommodation sector. Despite a surge in crime on the island, Tobago's 2024 Carnival, scheduled for October 25th to 27th, is being promoted as the safest edition. Senior Superintendent Earl Eli has pledged stringent security measures bolstered by additional officers from Trinidad and support from the Defense Force to guarantee public safety. Building on last year's success, which saw only one incident, the aim for 2024 is to achieve 0 incidents. Eli assured visitors that all preparations are complete for a safe and enjoyable experience. The celebrations will kick off with Soca Titans tonight in the Market Square car park in Scarborough. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Ms. Nancy, for news in 90 seconds. It's quite, invigorating to be here again. It's cool.
It is.
It's not too cold, it's cool. But guys, we're going to go straight over to our birthdays this morning.
I think everybody is waiting on birthday.
Yeah, we round up the Libra season, right? Some of you might be vexed, but many of us are happy because our birthdays might be up next. But anyway, first on all this, who do we have first on all this morning, Miss Nancy?
We have Javon Edwards. Now, he's my little cousin, very mischievous.
Little?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, he's younger than me.
Yes.
Right? So happy birthday to you, little cousin, as I would say. But happy birthday to a big man, Javon Edwards. I really do hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you can traverse the skies today, you know, for your birthday and view your birthday from on top.
Next we have Miss Torian Allen. A happy birthday goes out to you from the Tobago Updates family. And of course, hear from us on Youth Wednesdays. You know, it's a pleasure. Who do we have next? We
have Mr. Tyrone Brown. Happy birthday to you and God's richest blessings to you on your birthday.
All right. And next we have Mr. Akinlabi Holder. Good morning and happy birthdays goes out to you. You know, it's a pleasure. And happy birthday goes out to you from us here at Youth Wednesdays.
Last but not least, happy...
No, hold on.
Okay, all right.
A happy birthday goes out to my older sister, Akila Holder. I just want to wish you a happy belated birthday, and we want to break quickly for you know, technical difficulties.
Tobago Carnival is just around the corner, and Bethel Credit Union has you covered. Whether you're prepping for costumes, parties, giveaways, or a staycation, it's all within your reach with our Carnival loan sale. For as little as $900 a month, yes, $900 a month, you can get the funds you need to make this Carnival season unforgettable. At Bethel Credit Union, we're here to make your celebration dreams a reality. Visit us today or call 639-8226 for more information. Normal lending criteria applies, because we see you at BCU.
Now here what's going on, you see this section, it makes me feel to move. You know why? It's called Pina Colada. I like Pina Colada.
Oh. Forget just the girl them crave for, they really need it too. When you play with
oh my goodness, and as the name says, it is as creamy as it's sweet.
Never wanna leave, cause the drinks them running for throw. Cause I really feel a vibe every time I say right down and up and like this, man, it's nothing like this, not you be like you. Again, Jam say something and nobody like you. And every single time we touch, you know I never stop.
This is Pina Colada, something nice with a little bit of spice, and of course, not once, but we're gonna do it twice.
Tell a cruise, make the border. Say whoa.
We are on the road with Pina Colada. Boom, boom.
Tobago Carnival, Friday, October 25th, Caribbean Vibes presents Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. From the premium drinks to the mouth-watering Caribbean cuisine, this is a must-attend event.
You could be right up in my
Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. All going down at the beautiful Imperial Suites poolside. Your DJs in the mix. Mighty Crush Entertainment, musical mix. Starbright and DJ Echo. Trendsetter Goofy and Jason G Artistry. Caribbean Vibes, Selector Trini and Snoopy, and Foreign Bass. For more info, call 868-475-6218 or New York at 917-561-9742. Tickets are available at Tobago Glass Supply, Scarborough, and Travis KK Stop and Shop Supermarket, Cane and Tobago. Online at Tequila Sunset 2024.frontlineticketing.com and islandetickets.com/events/Tequila Sunset.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We want to apologize for the technical difficulty. We're going to go over our birthdays for you this morning because, you know, they are special this morning. So who do we have first, Miss Nancy?
little cousin, Javan Edwards. Mind you, everyone, it's a big man, right? So happy birthday to you, Javan, and I really do hope you enjoy your birthday. I mean, I know you love to traverse the skies, so I really do hope that you enjoy that birthday from on top, you know, looking down, just enjoying the ambience from above to below, because a lot of people don't really have that privilege, and he does, right? So happy birthday to you, Javan, and I hope you enjoy it.
Right, and next we have Miss Torian Allen. Happy birthday goes out to you from the Tobago Updates Television Company. Well, she company, speak it into being. And from us here at Youth Wednesdays, who do we have next?
We have Mr. Tyrone Brown. Happy birthday to you from our Youth Wednesdays Tobago Updates family. We really do hope that you enjoyed, and God's richest blessings to you.
Who do we have next, Miss Nancy's?
We have Mr. Akinlabi Holder. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Holder. I really do hope that you enjoy, that you make the best of it. If you have work today, you know, I'm not saying that you should tell the boss, but I really think you should enjoy your birthday the way how you want it to go. So happy birthday to you.
All right. And last but certainly not least, I want to wish my eldest sister a happy birthday, a happy belated birthday. You know, may God continue to bless you. I love you very much. And give them girls two kisses each for me, please, and thank you. Although it's your belated birthday. But guys, that is it for birthdays this morning. For those of you who would have missed our list this morning, we want to wish you a happy birthday. And for those of you who celebrated your birthday prior to now, we want to wish you a happy belated birthday and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go quickly over to the rundown. And this morning we have, drum roll please, first we have discussing Labour Warriors campaign in NUGFW. That's the trade union here across in Tobago. You know, they're having their internal elections, and it's a lot of, you know, political warfare in a very diplomatic way, of course. Yes. You know, vying for positions and so on. And next we have Foot Care for Carnival. And this morning we'll be having Miss Delicia Burris, a health care and wellness expert. And last but certainly not least, we have Tuku Tobago Calypso Monarch finals. And this morning we have Miss Candice Robinson, chairman of Tuku Tobago Zone, coming to join us with that interview this morning. So that's it all for rundown, and we have to tell them to do one thing, which is to
share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Don't tell me about workout on the road today. Don't tell me about workout on the road today. Don't tell me about workout on the road today.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time.
This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
How it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause this is your show. Live more.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
All right, so we are here at Beverly Oasis Suites this morning, and we are continuing the discussion. And of course, again, for those of you who don't know and are just joining us for the first time, good morning and welcome. My name is Dwayne, and you are viewing us here on Youth Wednesdays at Tobago Updates Television. This morning, we wanted to begin the discourse relative to Labour Wars campaign in NUGFW, right? And this morning we have a campaign manager and lead consultant, Mr. Lance Ogis. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning to Tobago. Good morning to the world.
Is it true that real men wear pink?
Men wear pink. Real men wear pink. All men wear pink.
All right, all right, all right. So tell us about yourself and what is your position and as campaign manager and lead consultant.
Right. So the National Union for Government and Federated Workers, they're having their internal elections. All 15 positions are being contested, and the Labour Warriors is one of the teams that are contesting this election. In the Tobago space, or the Tobago sector, I happen to be the consultant and the campaign manager on behalf of the Labour Warriors, whose symbol is the shield and the two swords.
Why the shield and two swords?
Typically in our industrial relations space and where it pertains to the worker, we know historically it has been a fight. It has been a struggle. It is not without challenges as the worker representatives or trade union attempt to seek and secure benefits and entitlement for the worker. So the shield and the sword, the shield and the two swords, they are symbolic of these conventional tools or armed devices that is acquainted to war.
Yeah, I know you guys were here. One of your the teams, I should say, was here sometime last week, just highlighting some of the intricacies of this internal election. But for those of our viewers who might have missed it, right? Can you kindly rehash what NUGFW does in Tobago, and why is it so relevant that you guys are having an internal election?
Good. So the NUGFW represents all daily paid workers in the Tobago space. Throughout all the divisions of the Tobago House of Assembly, if you are a daily paid worker, meaning that you're paid fortnightly, even in the private sector, and wherever you are, you may not be a worker, you may have a relative, a friend, a family member. You should encourage them to be part of the union and by, of course, in this case, part of the labor warriors, in that this is the entity that wants to use innovative means of securing your benefits, your entitlements, as we, traverse through. And we are all confronted with the challenges of everyday living. And a trade union really wants to represent you and make you comfortable and give you an equitable pie of the national benefits of the profits of the nation. Trinidad and Tobago is an extremely wealthy nation, brothers and sisters. The challenge is the distribution or the redistribution of the wealth.
All right. Quite political there, Mr. Ogis. But as campaign manager and lead consultant, right? We hear a lot about trade unions, and we have a lot of misconceptions about trade unionism. Kindly use this opportunity to promote the labor warriors,
yes,
and highlight some of the policies per se, some of the directions in terms of what you just mentioned, in terms of securing the piece of the pie and distributing it equitably for labor workers and the non-deliberated workers in Tobago.
Right. So you see, historically, the construct of trade unions and the Industrial Relations Act and the environment and the space can be somewhat a bit not peaceful. I didn't want to use the word adversarial, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. In that the trade union will engage the government or the employer in a means and the aim of securing the workers' welfare. The employer, the government, or whoever is the business proprietor will want to maximize his profit. But at the end of the day, we look for benefits, we look for balance. Not only balance, we seek matters, we also enter into the domain of safety. At the end of the day, when your family member, when your provider goes out, you want that spouse, that parent, that colleague to return home safe.
Yes.
And so usually, sometimes the negotiation process gets a little bit heated. Historically, there will be...
And why is that?
You see, because it's humans in the space and engaging in conversation and negotiation representing each party's interests.
Right, and the parties in this case would more than likely be the Tobago House of Assembly, if we're talking about negotiations, yes? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, it's just that the Tobago House of Assembly would be one where the majority of its members lies.
Right.
We also have WASA. WASA is a unit by itself.
Right.
But you see, the origin of the NUGFW would have represented once upon a time government workers and the private sector. There was a merge in 1967, and from the two entities, the Federated Workers and the National Union of Government Workers, combining into one entity. So therefore, historically and currently, NUGFW will represent workers both in the private and government space.
All right. So we're talking about labor, and we're talking about your internal elections. Can I ask, emanating from these elections, what are the areas of focus in terms of improving labor and labor rights in Tobago? Because I'm no expert, but it seems to be that a lot of our workers in Tobago aren't aware of their rights. Some of them may or may not be exploited. Some of them may not be aware of the processes. So, emanating from this election, what are some of the projected goals relative to improving labor on the island?
Excellent. One, The labor warriors, represented by the shield and the two swords, will engage meaningful negotiations with the employer. Negotiations does not necessarily need to be adversarial. Neither do we have to wait until a matter or a dispute has escalated to a level and it becomes a grievance. We can engage it even before it reaches the non-crisis stage, therefore having meaning dialogue. The labor warriors will also seek to engage and negotiate innovative means of housing. When we look at the manner in which government treats with negotiations, where usually a term is 3 years, and we have 2 and 3 terms of negotiations outstanding, no longer is it necessary or prudent that negotiations target just a rate increase on your salary or wage. In the past, there was an administration way back in the days of the NAR when workers would have received a tax credit based on their savings in the unit trust corporation. So therefore, the labor warriors will engage government in innovative aspects of negotiating the terms, conditions, and benefits for the worker. We can consider workers being part of companies that are owned by the government, also partnering the government in housing, tourism, in all these aspects that speaks to the welfare and the growth of an economy. So the labor warriors are not the enemy of the state. We are partners. Even we can partner the government in terms of development for our workers. And we are about to show that, listen, we can demonstrate our ability, not by the arcade way of withholding labor, but innovative application of labor towards the development of our economy. If the economy grows, the ability of the government to disperse a more decent percentage in terms of benefits and wage and salary negotiation, their capacity increases.
Yes. And you mentioned earlier that increases and better working environment for your workers. I quite recently I heard that the Tobago House of Assembly would have increased remuneration and work employment situations for their workers in CPEP and URP. Perchance was the NUGFW instrumental in this? If not, can the Tobago labor market, private and the public, see negotiations trending towards a further increase and more benefits for your members?
Now, the labor warriors, embrace any initiative by any of the employer that seeks to benefit the welfare and the wellness of the worker. It means, therefore, if an employer will independently consider increasing these benefits, that's the type of environment that is conducive to a healthy industrial relations climate. And we embrace this. And it means, therefore, that there is potential for excellent relationship between the employer and the employee representative being the union.
Amen.
And as I would have said, it is important that a union engages the employer and assists that employer by the skills of the employees or the worker to be more profitable.
Yes.
If you profit, we profit.
Yes.
And we will also protect the domains of the employer, knowing that we expect a reciprocation.
Yes. All right. So as we wind up this interview, my last question to you is, why should your members vote for you? I mean, I know you have said quite a lot. I know you would have pitched a lot, but just give us your closing remarks as campaign manager and lead consultant for the for the Labor Warriors in NUJFW?
In closing, I want to say to you, the Labor Warriors represent that entity within the NUJFW that will use innovative means to seek you, the interests and the welfare of you, the workers. So friends, families, even for those persons who may have been over the years a bit frustrated and would have left the union, you're no longer a member, this is the time for you to reconsider your membership. Together, we can achieve benefits and we can pursue a climate and a direction that benefits both the worker and the employer. Remember that the symbol for the labor warrior is the shield and the two swords. Be focused. Not all mutual funds are the same. Be focused. You're looking for the shield and the two swords. Come out Monday, the 28th of October. There will be polling stations throughout. We will list it in the media. Come out and vote for the Labor Warriors.
All right, guys, you heard it from nobody else but Mr. Lance Ogis, campaign manager and lead consultant for the Labor Warriors, discussing campaigning in NUJFW. That's National Union
For
Government and Federated Workers. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for joining us and shedding some light on what you do and the internal ramblings of the NUJFW. Next, we have coming up to discuss foot care for Carnival, Miss Delicia Boris with Miss Natalie Nantes. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Tell them I can't do even bother calling me. Tell them I can't. I said tell them I can't do even bother calling me. Tell them.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Swap done. Track 7. Tobago of a plan.
Let me go now. Yes. Yes. Let me go.
If you want life in the islands, come through Tobago. Come through Tobago. Escape Tobago. If you want vibes in the islands, come through Tobago. Come through Tobago. Escape Tobago.
Wanted this all of my life. One place with all of my life. Everything that I need is all on the island. You can come in, stay more than a while. So go catch your friends, bring something, and pack up your bag, let's go. If you're looking elsewhere, na 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 na. If you're going elsewhere, na na na.
morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. Of course, we continue with our very vibrant and vigorous program. We continue on with Miss Delicia Boris this morning, who is going to teach us how to take care of our feet. Not only just take care of our feet, but for this carnival season. I know there is a lot of chipping to be happening with you folks. So we're here to speak to Delicia about how we should care for our feet during carnival and, of course, after carnival. So good morning to you, Delicia.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here.
I'm very excited about this interview. I mean, Delicia is excited. I spoke to Delicia before we started, and Delicia is just all about the feet. She's just all about caring for your feet, caring for your well-being on a whole. So, Delicia, tell me a little bit about your business. Who do you cater for? Who are you?
So, Glorious Touch Health and Wellness Spa. I am actually a certified medical nail technician, and I actually just got my certification as a medical podiatrist assistant. Also, I was certified and deal with diabetic pedicures, fungal infection, corn and calluses, to name a few. I just do massages and facials. One of the reasons why I got into this profession, I was taking care of my late grandfather who was diabetic and had limited mobility. We was trying to find someone who specialized in diabetic pedicures and couldn't find anyone in Tobago. So I already in the medical field, went and learned to do so, and I fell in love with it. I didn't have no issues seeing fungal infection, seeing callous feet. I actually love dealing with those type of feet. And I wanted to have a safe haven for clients to come to have these issues resolved, and that is why I opened up my business.
Right. Right. So, I mean, to that comment was you wanting to get into dealing with fungal infections and the callous feet. I mean, to each their own.
Yes, that is
that
true.
is what I can say, right? So why is it necessary for me to take care of my feet? I mean, besides needing them to walk or anything, what's the necessity of taking care of them?
So your feet is one of the most neglectful part of the body. As soon as you get up in the morning and as soon as you go to bed, your feet never takes a day off. For some, it's until you sprain your ankle, or even if you bounce your toe, you start to realize your feet is actually very necessary to basically move about, and it carry you from place to place. And you shouldn't wait until, I just always say, quote unquote, you're getting into your younger years to start to take care of your feet. Start now by wearing the proper shoes, or even just going for a normal pedicure for both male and females, so you can get happy, healthier feet.
Okay, so let me just throw in a question here. How often should I go for a pedicure?
It is actually recommended to go for a pedicure at least once a month. If you have any type of issues, sometimes it's every 2 weeks. So for example, if you have a fungal infection, we just recommend, especially for medical pedicurists, we just recommend at least every 2 weeks until the issue is resolved.
Okay. All right, just gearing up for next month, because I know everybody says self-care, but here comes my feet. Don't speak to me. All right, so what are the best type of shoes to wear for the carnival season? I know that a lot of people opt for sneakers. I've seen sneakers before. Yes. But then there are the models for some of the bands who opt to wear heels.
Yes.
So what are the best types of shoes to wear?
So my recommendation is actually sneakers, as they help with arch support, they're comfortable, they're breathable, as well as they have comfortable insoles. Some people love the heels, but my recommendation is actually the sneakers. Also, if you are going for the sneakers, make sure they are not too big, they are not too tight, they are well fitted, and they're very comfortable, they have wiggle room. If you want to go for your heels, because you want to look good, make sure and at least buy the Dr. Scholl's insoles that they could stick on the heel, so at least it could be on hours on end dancing to your favorite soca beats.
Right. Okay, and I mean, you said you specialize in diabetic foot care especially, right? Diabetes mellitus, it affects both young and old.
Yes.
Right? So for the young people who might be chipping on the road, of course, we would include the older folks who are still full of energy,
yes,
even in their, according to their younger years,
yes,
getting there. What kind of health care do you recommend for their feet post the carnival, or things that may help them in chipping down the road during the carnival season?
I will always recommend do daily foot checks because yes, some of them that suffer from neuropathy, which is nerve damage,
Right.
and will not be feeling any type of, if they get a cut or a nick or any type of issues. I just always say for pre-carnival, do your daily foot checks. If you have any type of issues with your feet, if it's minor, go to someone who is certified, like a medical pedicurist. Make sure and deal with any type of issues, if it's corn, callus, any of the sort. If you have any major issues, go to your nearest doctor or health center. For post, if you notice any type of issues you had, go to your nearest doctor. Don't wait until something happens and you start to get an ulcer. Some people just wait until it's too late and then unfortunately you get a toe amputated or a foot amputated. You don't want that to happen. Your foot is very important. Make sure and treat yourself as the king and queen you are.
Okay, right. So we know we have the seriousness of diabetes itself. What about, let's say something a little bit more minor, right? There are certain girls, raising my hand here, who would do their nails and decide to put on sneakers and go do, I would say, strenuous activity. There was one time I wore shoe on a hike, right? So we're talking about, as I said, chipping down the road in Carnival with new acrylic toes in sneakers. What is my post-care and what do you recommend they do in terms of their toes and these type of things beforehand?
Well, my recommendation for post-care, if you notice any cracking or anything with the acrylics, make sure and check. As well as with acrylics, remember acrylics is very hard. So the person who you did the acrylic with, I recommend to go back to that person, make sure everything is good. Acrylics, always recommended to at least have it on for 4 weeks. I know some people like to push it to more than 5 to 6 weeks. Not recommended, because I know you want to get your money's worth, but still, go back to the person who their nail tech who did it. Still, give your nails breather as well for your foot. Try to soak your feet to help with the ache and pain, as well add some SM salts that help with the muscle aches as well. As well, make sure and massage your feet for any of the soreness, or make an appointment to our nearest spa. They can help with massage or with a pedicurist. They will see the nitty-gritty of your feet, and trust me, we've seen it all already. They're not going to judge. And let them deal with your feet, and they could give you over-the-counter treatments and aftercare as well.
Okay, and you mentioned skincare. Yes. Any small tips on skincare before we go?
Yes, I will recommend, while you're being outside and you know that the place is really hot, make sure and wear sunscreen. There's a misconception that the melanin in our skin is more than enough protection, and that is not true. Make sure and use sunscreen for added layer so you have a decreased risk of getting skin cancer as well as sunburn, especially for the diabetics as well. Have a SPF above and reapply every 2 hours to protect your skin.
All right. And before we go, I'll just ask Delicia to share some of her information on how we can contact her and find out more about Delicia Boris's Glorious Touch Spa. Right? I'm very interested. I don't know about you. So where can we find more information?
So I am on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You could know about my different ways to contact me on Glorious Touch TT, on GLORIOUS TOUCH TT. You could also contact me on 477-3110.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Boris, once again for being here with us on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. It's always a pleasure having you. I mean, you always come with that information, you know, to just give our viewers. Now you're telling us how to deal with our feet in the carnival season, and I think a lot of people needed to hear that.
Thank you.
So if you don't know where to go after the carnival season with all the aches and the pains, here is Delicia, right? You can contact her on the information just given. Thank you so much once again, Delicia, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Next up, we have something on events, right? Something on wedding events, something on flowers, something on everything. So we're just going to stay tuned to see what we have in store. Before I go, I just want to encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
you ready for the ultimate mission for Tobago Carnival? It's time to gear up for Army Fed Operation Rocks Glow.
I feel like I run in tongue again. No place like home. Belong in the center, belong in the center.
We're taking the vibes out to the countryside, where a premier cast of live entertainment will be pumping all night long. Army Fat Operation Rocks Glow. Join us on Thursday, 24th October at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex, Roxborough, for the high-energy Wear White Soca Bashment Rocks Glow. Army Fed Tobago. Operation Rocks Glow.
Stop it. You have to stop it. Welcome to my kitchen, guys. You have to stop it every night. That's it. That's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
Tobago Carnival, Friday, October 25th, Caribbean Vibes presents Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. From the premium drinks to the mouth-watering Caribbean cuisine, this is a must-attend event. Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. All going down at the beautiful Imperial Suites poolside. Your DJs in the mix. Mighty Crush Entertainment, musical mix. Starbright and DJ Echo. Trendsetter Goofy and Jason G Artistry. Caribbean Vibes, Selector Trini and Snoopy, and Foreign Bass. For more info, call 868-475-6218 or New York at 917-561-9742. Tickets are available at Tobago Glass Supply, Scarborough, and Travis KK Stop and Shop Supermarket, Cane and Tobago. Online at tequilasunset2024.frontlineticketing.com and islandetickets.com/events/Tequila Sunset.
Tobago Carnival is just around the corner, and Bethel Credit Union has you covered. Whether you're prepping for costumes, parties, giveaways, or a staycation, it's all within your reach with our Carnival loan sale. For as little as $900 a month, yes, $900 a month, you can get the funds you need to make this Carnival season unforgettable. At Bethel Credit Union, we're here to make your celebration dreams a reality. Visit us today or call 639-8226 for more information. Normal lending criteria applies, because we see you at BCU.
Hey, the biggest and sexy.
Now here what's going on. You see the section? It makes me feel to move. You know why? It's called Pina Colada. I like Pina Colada.
Please, for angels to get them pray for. They really need it to you. When you play with
Oh my goodness, and as the name says, it is as creamy as it's sweet.
never wanna leave, cause the drinks them running for throw. Cause I really feel a vibe every time I start right down and up band like this, man, it's nothing like this, not you be like you, again, jam me say, something and nobody like you. And every single time we touch, you know I never stop.
This is pina colada, something nice with a little bit of spice, and of course, not once, but we're gonna do it twice.
Tell a cruise, make the banner.
We are on the road with pina colada. Boom, boom.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Wedding, I told you, I promised you that something is coming, and here they are, right? So they're here to speak to you about all things wedding, right? There's an event coming up. They'll tell you more about it. But before you do so, I would like you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your businesses, where you're located, and things like this.
So I'm Sandy from Daisy's Flower Shop in Scarborough. And I think everybody will know that we basically do all florals for all different occasions. We also do weddings and gift baskets, anything that is floral or requires a celebration.
Okay.
Hi, and I am Neve McKenzie, the owner of Ifa Design Flower Shop, located at Gulf City Mall, Tobago, and Hampstead Lowlands. We offer a variety of flowers, gift basket, fruit basket. We do weddings, all social events basically. Yeah, that's basically it. A church of all creations.
Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of things about floral, right? Well, is flowers the only thing you all do, or do we expect to see more from this event?
Oh, this event has so much more.
So much more,
Yes.
right? So we'll get to that. I see Sandy is very, very excited to tell you about this event. All right, so where did the idea come about in terms of the planning and execution of it? How come all decided to combine and give you a little something? Where did the idea come from?
So in 2019, that was our first Love in Tobago event. And I think that while you don't find that a lot of persons in the same career work together, Neve and I have always worked together in this Tobago landscape. On an island, you have to do that. And so it was really and truly a fantastic idea of putting Tobago on the map, of keeping us top of mind for destination weddings and for even weddings for locals. And we came up with the concept of Love in Tobago. We did it in 2019. COVID put a little damp on us for continuing with it, but we thought that this year was a timely opportunity to do Love in Tobago again.
I think so too. I mean, a lot of people are getting these ideas about weddings, right? So I'm happy that now is the time for this event to be happening.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here in the beautiful Beverly Oasis Suites. So just in case somebody decided they want to come to this beautiful place, you know, how can they contact you? Where is your information found? Where can we come to you and ask for this information?
So solo, through me, it would be through Daisy's Flower Shop, Tobago Flowers Online, also have Wed Tobago, and on all social media platforms, you will find me, as well as in Scarborough at the store, Daisy's Flower Shop.
All right, and also you can find Ifa Design on all social media, Facebook, Instagram. I am not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, unfortunately. You know, but and also you can find me on Gulf City Mall and in Hampstead Lowlands as well.
Okay. Right, so we're getting into the actual event. I'm really excited to hear about this, right? So, where would the event be held, right? What time should I put on my clothes and look dandy to come down to this event? Tell me.
Okay, so the event is actually held at Mount Urban Resort and Spa. It actually starts at 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the afternoon time, in evening time, sorry.
Yeah.
Right, it's an all-white event actually. So come elegant, yet casual, but yet elegant.
Right.
And come. Okay, this event is basically based for all suppliers who do weddings or any form of event, but just basically weddings. So we have the suppliers such as caterers, we have bartenders, cake artists, florists, designers, planners, right, DJs. You said fashion, we have a little bit of fashion as well in terms of whatever you want to wear in an event or maybe in bed. So we have it all.
All right.
Yeah.
So I heard that cake vendors would be there.
Yeah.
It is that cake will be present.
Yes, you have cake tasting as well. So you could come and taste cake. It's a little mini bit of all-inclusive. So you have food, basically. It's come as your tasting for your wedding.
I feel like you picked up on the fact that I like food and decided to add in that food aspect. I thank you so much for that. Where there is cake, there is meat. Okay. So I'll see you for that event. Right? What day is it? Let me just make sure to take my day off.
Saturday the 9th of November.
Saturday the 9th of November.
Yes.
Looking forward. All right. And I mean, we spoke about the attire. Is what I'm wearing okay?
No, come in white.
Come in white. Yeah. There's a specific color I have to wear and stuff like that. White.
Yes.
Makes sense, you know. Makes sense. All the planning to marry people on the day.
Who knows? We may very well have proposals.
Okay. So as you told me, you all provide more than just flowers for events, right? So what can we look forward to for the event itself? You spoke about the vendors and stuff like this, yes. But what kind of, let me say, activities, what type of in the event should we look forward to?
Well, it's going to be a very interactive event. The fact of the matter is it is also targeted to engaged couples. It is also targeted to the wedding professional who may not necessarily. So many times in Tobago, you hear people say, I didn't know this service was available.
Yes.
I didn't know you could get that here in Tobago. So this is an opportunity for us to showcase what is available. And therefore, the event will have interactive displays. We're going to have a 360 with a Polaroid booth and photo opportunities. We're going to have fashion. We're going to have also opportunities where we'll have some expert advice on, let's say from Neve and myself, possibly on how to choose your bridal bouquet, why you should have a wedding planner, and all of these things that sometimes people take for granted.
Yes.
Even for the DIY couple who might be thinking that they want to do it themselves, you need to have expert or professional services to ensure that everything runs smoothly.
Okay, and you all are offering a whole lot. Now, this is if I attend this event, I think I could plan a wedding on my own. Right. So let me know how much I have to pay to come to this event so that I can gather my monies and get ready. What's the cost attached?
So for this week and next week only, we have a BOGO to Love in Tobago.
Okay.
And that gives you the opportunity to have a couple spend $200.
Only $200
for a couple.
For all of
we
this
have some
information.
tiers. We have some different tiers. So that's the couple rate. We have an individual rate with the BOGO to Love in Tobago at $150, and then a bride squad rate at $500 that entitles you to 6 persons.
So let's see. If I myself come, my fiance comes, and we have you said 6 people, right? So that's 2 groomsmen and 2 bridesmaids.
That's 5.
$500 alone?
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is good money. This is thing for your money. And you're getting food. You're trying to get me to come to your event. That is what I'm seeing. Right? So, again, where can we find more information on the event itself? I know you all told us about the information to get to you all individually. But where can we find more information on the event? Where can we purchase the tickets? Where can we get into contact with you all if we have future events planned?
All right, so basically we have it on Love in Tobago, which is on Instagram.
Yes.
Instagram. Love in Tobago on Instagram.
Make sure I say it in the mic. So
Right, you can actually go to Daisy's Flock Shop as well. You could come to I for Design as well to get it as well.
And we also have it on Island e-tickets /events/Love in Tobago. You can purchase your tickets online.
I think that's a very popular site that a lot of
It
events
is,
in Tobago
yes.
use. So Island e-tickets.
Yes, /events/Love in Tobago.
Look out for Natalia. Look out for Natalia. Right? So thank you so much, Mr.
You're most
Neve
welcome.
Mackenzie,
Thank you
Mrs.
for having
Almando,
us.
for being with here this morning. I know, I'm excited for this event. I know you are too. Yes, you're ready to see all those faces, ready to see me eat out of a plate. I am extremely happy, right? So I do look forward to this, right? Viewers, I hope that you are too. And as we continue on, I encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live. From Beverly Oasis Tweets, we'll be right back.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Attention soldiers, are you ready for the ultimate mission for Tobago Carnival? It's time to gear up for Army Fed Operation Rocks Glow.
I feel like I'm running tongue again. No place like home. Go down in the center, go down in the center, go.
We're taking the vibes out to the countryside, where a premier cast of live entertainment will be pumping all night long. Army Fat Operation Rocks Glow. Join us on Thursday, 24th October at the Sid Grace Sporting Complex, Roxborough, for the high-energy Wear White Soca Bashment Rocks Glow. Army Fed Tobago. Operation Rocks Glow.
Tobago Carnival, Friday, October 25th. Caribbean Vibes presents Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. From the premium drinks to the mouth-watering Caribbean cuisine, this is a must-attend event. Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. All going down at the beautiful Imperial Suites poolside. Your DJs in the mix. Mighty Crush Entertainment, musical mix. Starbright and DJ Echo. Trendsetter Goofy and Jason G Artistry. Caribbean Vibes, Selector Trini and Snoopy, and Foreign Bass. For more info, call 868-475-6218 or New York at 917-561-9742. Tickets are available at Tobago Glass Supply, Scarborough, and Travis KK Stop and Shop Supermarket, Cane and Tobago. Online at Tequila Sunset 2024.frontlineticketing.com and islandetickets.com/events/Tequila Sunset.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
This morning we want to continue the discourse around the Carnival, a special element of Carnival relative to soca, Tobago Soca Monarch by Tuku. And this morning we have Miss Candice. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Miss Candice.
Good
Welcome,
morning.
and how are you?
Not bad at all. It's wonderful to be here.
All right.
I just want to make a little correction. It's not the soca, it's the Calypso.
Calypso, my apologies. I just got excited there.
That's
My
all right,
apologies,
yeah.
my apologies. So tell us about Tuku, your position in Tuku, and what Tuku does in relation to Tobago.
Okay, so TUCO is the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization, and our commitment is to showcase the Calypsonians, the artists throughout the world, and encourage positivity. Young people coming through who want to come into the art form to be a part of it, right? And embrace our culture. This is our art form.
Right.
Calypso is the music of Trinidad and Tobago.
Certainly.
We encourage everyone, as long as you're a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, yes, you can be a member of the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization.
All right. And you have been chairman for how long?
Okay, well, September, I'm just here
Congratulations.
just 1 year.
Congratulations
Just
on your
1
first year anniversary.
Thank you very much.
And my question on that basis is, this is Tobago's third stint at its Carnival.
That's right.
And I'm certain that this is also its third stint at its Calypso Monarch.
Yeah.
Have you seen growth? What has been the journey been like? And are we well on our way to rival that of the Soca Monarch in Trinidad?
Well, most definitely, Calypso is well on the way. It's on the we try. I'm doing my best,
yes,
especially in the Tobago space, to give us that international look. Take Tobago worldwide. You would see Calypso, the March Gras in Trinidad, and you would see the Trinidad-based artists, and Tobago has a lot of talent, and I am working very hard along with the entire executive here to showcase the talent of the young people. We may see some new faces as well.
But new faces are good. It means that it's attractive feat, and I hope that persons don't just see this as a money-making opportunity, but an opportunity to show that Tobago can do this as well as Trinidad as well.
Exactly.
My next question to you is, you mentioned that we have new faces. What are some of the new faces? Who are they? In what areas did the Monarch grow, the competition grow in comparison to the last 2 years?
Okay, well, for the past 2 years, yes, we had the normal faces that people would be accustomed to. But this year, we have like 2 new faces, and I must say I'm really, really impressed. We have 10 finalists going up against Mr. Dylan Thomas, who last year he won the Tobago Calypso Monarch and earned his coveted spot in the national finals, right? However, there was a pushback from Calypsonians in the Trinidad space. So the national executive took a decision to have last year as a one-off thing. So this year, the Monarch will not be going to the national finals. However, the winner takes home the prize of $100,000.
Wow, that's quite unfortunate to hear.
Yeah.
How did your team handle this? I don't know what to call it. In relation to Trinidad and qualifying for Trinidad, the competition in Trinidad. How did you guys deal with it, and also how did the contestants take it? Given this new development.
All right. Well, most of the finalists at first they thought that this would be the situation. They would be going to national finals. However, we had to break that news to them. A few were disappointed, but however, we are hoping that sometime in the near future that can be possible with the necessary measures taken, right? But so far, we are going ahead with the show tomorrow night at Magdalena, and I just want to say tomorrow, you can expect greatness.
The best of the best.
The best
All right.
of the best.
My next question to you is, who are the the contestants that you know the Tobago space is looking forward to hearing? And were there any surprises for you as well, you know, coming from the competition, given that you mentioned that they were new faces? Did they add new elements, new, I don't know, what new elements they could possibly that could possibly arise, but share with us for somebody new.
Okay, so we have 2 new faces this year in the Calypso space. We have Jaylee's, or she's not really new, but she's been around for a while. But
is she the lone female in the?
No,
Okay,
we
good.
have the females are very dominant this time.
That's good.
So we have Jaylee's Orr, we have Wendy Garrick. She's accustomed in the space.
Right.
We have Nicole Thomas, who would have won the Tobago Monarch. The Tobago Monarch. I would like to believe it's about 11 or 12 times.
Okay.
Right. Then we have.
That's Nicole Thomas from country.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Then we have.
And family.
Yeah. Then we have Dylan Thomas. We have Alex Giff, which is Tobago Cherokee. Did I mention Sharon Phillips before?
No, you didn't.
Yes, Sharon Phillips.
Sharon Phillips in everything. She in everything. But that's good. That's very good.
Great. Yeah.
You know, and she brings a nice, you know, experience in terms of being on stage and singing. She has a powerful presence on the stage, and most of the names that you call that I know of also presents that kind of that element.
That's
you know, so that's good. Is that well mixed?
We have Rosalind Reed. We have Kenneth Thomas
as
well.
Yes.
Dylan Thomas was last year's winner, who earned this coveted spot in the national finals. So the 9 finalists will be going up against Dylan for this 2024 Calypso Crown at Magdalena Grand tomorrow night. That's the 24th from 6 p.m. Right? So the show kicks off at 6 p.m.
All right. You'll be early to the people and them show. But before we continue, or before we wrap up rather, where can we get it? Is this a free event? Am I getting free food, free drinks? Is there VIP? What? Tell us.
All right. So we have tickets on sale at the Tobago office, which is at the E&M building on Dutchford. And you can contact and leave some numbers to the 825677 360-8826, and you will be able to make arrangements to get tickets even if you need them delivered to you.
Yes.
All right? And also at the venue tomorrow, we would have tickets there as well.
All right.
Right, so the tickets is only 200, and I'm hoping to see the people in the Tobago space coming out to support Calypso.
All right. So thank you very much, Miss Candice, for joining us this morning. She's the chairman of the Tobago, celebrating our third stint in the Tobago Calypso Monarch competition. Just quickly before we go, she wanted to mention something.
Just reminding folks that this is the Calypso History Month. October, the entire month of October is the Calypso History Month. So we are encouraging people to come out and support Calypso.
Yes.
Support.
All right. Thank you very much again for joining us. Guys, this brings us to the end of Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. Thank you for joining us and have a blessed and safe day. And remember to share the live. We go over to Good Morning Tobago with Miss Chanel Felix.
October 25th, Caribbean Vibes presents Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. From the premium drinks to the mouth-watering Caribbean cuisine, this is a must-attend event. Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. All going down at the beautiful Imperial Suites poolside. Your DJs in the mix. Mighty Crush Entertainment, musical mix. Starbright and DJ Echo. Trendsetter Goofy and Jason G Artistry. Caribbean Vibes, Selector Trini and Snoopy, and Foreign Bass. For more info, call 868-475-6218 or New York at 917-561-9742. Tickets are available at Tobago Glass Supply, Scarborough, and Travis KK Stop and Shop Supermarket, Cane and Tobago. Online at Tequila Sunset 2024.frontlineticketing.com and islandetickets.com/events/Tequila Sunset.
This is how it's gonna go. It's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause this is your show.
We're thrilled to announce the Tobago Agri-Tech Innovation Summit 2024. This transformative event taking place from December 2nd to 3rd at the Shore Park Complex will focus on the theme Climate Change, Resilience and Adaptation in Agriculture. As the first of its kind on the island, the summit aims to position Tobago as a leader in agricultural innovation, addressing climate change challenges and showcasing agri-tech solutions that will shape how we grow our food, manage resources, and ensure our sustainable future.
The Tobago Agri-Tech Innovation Summit is about more than introducing technology. It is about creating a mindset shift. We want our farmers to not just survive, but to flourish in a modern, tech-enabled agricultural landscape. This event will provide practical training and workshops for farmers on digital farm management, precision agriculture, and innovative practices.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
On October 3rd, the Kendall Farm School will be hosting the first major event on this year's World Food Day calendar. The event is the Kendall Farm School Green Market. It will be hosted from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So there will be demonstrations, there will be a tree planting activity. We will be putting on demonstrations in terms of sustainable waste disposal, like composting. There will be educational items on recycling, as well as reusable packaging and biodegradable packaging. We believe that it was important to highlight in this time sustainable environmental living and environmental stewardship. We felt that it was necessary to bring across this educational aspect, apart from just creating a space for people to shop and showcase their wares.
We have a series of events planned for 2024.
beginning with the Green Market here at the Kendall Farm School on October 3rd. And following that, we have the Grand Exhibition, which is what everyone thinks of when they think of World Food Day. And that is on October 16th and 17th. Following that, we have several other events. We have a horticulture market. We have the Lamb Festival. We have a Women in Agriculture Expo on November 29th. And then we have a Chocolate and Mud Festival at the Lure compound on December 1st. In between, we have many seminars and training series happening. So again, pay attention to the Facebook page. The dates are scattered throughout the October and November time period. And then we have a tractor caravan going to different schools and showing the school kids what agriculture life can be like.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix, and you know, whenever you see me here, it's because we are about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But you know, this morning we have a special episode that's being brought to you right here at the Beverly Oasis Suites. And this morning, before we get into our interesting conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. Independent Senator Dr. Maria Dillon Remy has called for the Roxborough Hospital to be fully operational within this fiscal year following the deaths of Nadi Shanghai and her baby. Dillon Remy criticized the underutilization of the hospital and its $98 million facility, which was opened in 2021, and blamed the poor planning for its delay in full operation. She stressed the importance of a 24/7 emergency service at Roxborough Hospital to serve East Tobago and reduce the risk of traveling to Scarborough for healthcare. Additionally, despite a surge in crime on the island of Tobago in 2024, the 2024 Carnival, scheduled for October 25th to 27th, is being promoted as the safest edition. Senior Superintendent Earl Eli has pledged stringent security measures bolstered by additional officers for Trinidad and supported from the Defense Force to guarantee public safety. Building on last year's success, which saw only one incident, the aim for 2024 is to achieve 0 incidents. Eli assured visitors that all preparations are complete for a safe, enjoyable experience. The celebration will kick off with Soca Titans tonight in Market Square Car Park in Scarborough. And finally, hoteliers in Tobago are experiencing a successful surge from the October Carnival season, with many properties reaching 100% occupancy. President of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, Alpha Lord, noted that the 2024 Carnival, scheduled for October 25th to 27th, is expected to surpass the previous 2 years and lay a strong foundation for future events. He highlighted that small properties are fully booked, medium properties are at 85% occupancy, while larger establishments range from 70 to 100% being filled. Despite some lost bookings due to Caribbean Airlines flight schedule issues, Lord praised the Port Authority for effectively increasing sea bridge arrivals. The Carnival is generating a significant economic benefit for the island, with high returns and a boost for the accommodation sector. And that was our news in 90 seconds. Now this morning, as I sit here at the beautiful, relaxing Beverly Oasis Suites, I have the privilege of chatting with former Assemblyman Ashwood Jack. Good morning and welcome. Good morning, Mr. Jack.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Right. Now, the conversation has been happening for weeks since the budget was announced, and we have heard perspectives from all corners of the society here in Tobago. I myself has had the privilege of sitting with a number of persons to chat about it, from the Honorable Senator Lawrence Hislop to our two representatives in the Parliament for Tobago East and Tobago West. And we have heard two sides. We've heard one side, echoing the sentiment that everyone would like to have more. However, it just isn't so. And we've had another side of the argument stemming from the THA and its officials, stating that the allocation simply is not enough. This morning, you have come to give us a different perspective on everything and broaden our understanding of this financial allocation for Tobago based on your experience. Tell us a bit about, your perspectives this morning.
Yeah, I've listened to a number of the pronouncements made on the budget. What is interesting is how quickly people's perspective change based on where they sit. And that, for me, I find a little disturbing. When your organization or your party is in government, in Trinidad, there's a different story altogether. And when it is not, or when you're in the Tobago House of Assembly, then you hear something totally different. This is my second go around in terms of this budget. And there's something that I find very disturbing, and in terms of how Tobago is being treated with. And let me just go quickly on a couple of them. For example, everyone who understands how a budget is done knows that your recurrent expenditure does very little in terms of development for new jobs, for new infrastructure and stuff like that. That's more maintenance. It's salaries and wages. It's to buy your stationaries, to pay your rent and stuff like that. So your economy will not grow as a result of that. But when you want to grow an economy, you have to look at the development part of it. And when you have a 205 million development budget, and let's just I want to play devil's advocate. The Office of the Prime Minister's entertainment budget is quarter of Tobago's development budget. The Office of the Prime Minister's travel budget is quarter of Tobago's development budget. So between the travel budget and the entertainment budget of the Office of the Prime Minister, it accounts for just about 49% of what Tobago's development budget is. And that in itself should say something. You're talking about developing an island in terms of its infrastructure and to put in place all the things to facilitate growth. And when you take that into consideration against let's say the spend of 2021 the development spend of 2021 that you still have the outstanding bills for, which was in the vicinity of $1 billion. And then, of course, there was also a situation where the borrowing was exhausted. The $300 million borrowing was almost exhausted. So you have to pay back that. At the same time, you can't take the chance to go and credit any more work because you owe a large bill to the same people, contractors you want to credit from. You know, so that gives us this, put us in this place of disadvantage in terms of Tobago development. And that in large measure helps to, I'm not sure if facilitate is the right word, but to precipitate the movement of young Tobagonians from Tobago to find greener pastures.
Right. Now, I've listened to the board members in their budget presentation in the Parliament, and I believe it was Minister Shampoo Lewis who indicated that usually, or in the past, the THA was supposed to send its monthly reports to the Parliament, and that has not been done, its financial reports. Another thing she indicated was that when it comes to the unspent balances from the recurrent expenditure, oftentimes the public does not know how much of that money is returned back to central government at the end of the financial year.
There's no provision for the return of unspent balance. The law is clear. And I want to start with that because that sounds crazy to me that a lawmaker will not understand the THA Act so badly. The law says money not spent in a fiscal year shall remain in the fund and be used in the next year for capital expenditure.
Right. And I believe what
There
she indicated is that oftentimes the public does not know what was remaining in that account.
If that is an issue, because to say the public does not know, does that mean the money have disappeared into some black hole? And I am sure I've heard on a number of occasions the announcements being made, and the government will have the information. So is it that when the government has the information, they don't want to share it with the public? Because if you say the public doesn't know, but you have the information, then you can share it. But there are a lot of things that the public does not know. And if that is the argument for underfunding Tobago, then it tells me a different story altogether. And since we have gone to the issue of the public does not know, could I introduce a couple of things that I think the public should know that the public does not know? For example, we know that there are 4 blocks that have been auctioned for natural gas outside of Tobago. 4 blocks, right? The 2 most famous is the Calypso and Block 22. Is Tobago public aware that when a block is somebody win a bid, they have to pay a rent for the block until the block is developed? So, and it is in a couple $1 million per year. So every year, a couple $1 million US been paid to rent this block before it goes into production. These are outside of Speyside, Shardville, Partivere area. And the question is, what is the rent being paid for that block? Does anyone in Tobago know that? Does anyone in Tobago even know that a rent is being paid for the block? Was there a sign-in bonus when the blocks were given out? Because it's a normal thing. And if there was a sign-in bonus, how much was the sign-in bonus? Who in Tobago knows that? If we're talking about the public does not know. Then there's normal donations for work programs to do training and stuff. What is that and who benefited from it? There is also the research and development component that the company also pays to the Ministry of Energy. How much is that? And who benefited from it? And then there's also the gift of equipment, which is like high power computers and stuff. Who benefits from that? And then there's an issue of scholarship, which is written into where you get between 3 and 4 scholarships per block. Have one Tobagonian benefited from that? Have any Tobagonian even know that those scholarships are available? And therefore they can apply for them? Or how are those scholarships given out? Right? So I'm hearing this thing about what people should know and what people should not know. And it sometimes makes me a little disturbed that we cherry pick what we want to talk about. So even in the things I've just spoken about, that in itself would have an impact on the Tobago economy. But yet we are made to feel in Tobago as though we are mendicants, that we come in cap in hand every year begging the central government for money. Take into consideration also, because I've heard it said that Tobago only bring about $200 million in revenues. But that revenue does not take into consideration and makes me wonder if when the issue of the financial rules that have never been approved, although the Act number 40 says upon coming into force of this act within 3 months, the rules must be submitted to the Ministry of Finance for approval. It was never approved. It was submitted on 2 occasions by 2 administrations, yet it was never approved. And so what that takes into consideration and made provision for is every business operating in Tobago should be paying their taxes in Tobago. That does not happen. And therefore it cannot be counted as Tobago taxes.
Right. But we heard the Minister for Finance acceding to the fact that that is the way that it should go, and stated that...
but the Minister has the power to do it.
He said that the revenue, the inland revenue body in Tobago is now being established to facilitate that.
Established? There have always been an inland revenue in Tobago?
No, yes, but...
You're talking about Revenue Authority?
Yes, the
well,
Revenue
if that
Authority
is the case, then we're in a worse position.
Is now being set
because
up in
the
a
Revenue
way that
Authority,
would help to facilitate
the
that.
Revenue Authority Act does not make provision for the Tobago House of Assembly to collect revenues. So we are regressing. But that being said, and since they know...
From what he has said in his last statement regarding the collection of taxes in Tobago, is that they are setting up the framework for that.
When he became minister last week?
Sorry?
When did the minister become Minister of Finance last week?
No.
So it took him 9 years to know.
I believe that it happened because of the conversation between him and the technical advisor at Anselm Richards.
But no, I'm saying that the minister must know who collects taxes where in the country. You can't be reading a budget, making idle boasts, and not knowing who collects taxes. Everybody in this country, Act number 40 is there, and it is clear. It is for years. People have been saying Tobago only bringing this. So how do they know what it brings if there's not a collection agency? Everybody knows you go up to, at first it was in Bacalet. Part of it was up where the Assembly Legislature is downstairs, they're called Treasury. And then they built the financial complex. And Inland Revenue have been in the financial complex from the first day it was opened. So is the minister saying that he did not know that Tobago had an Inland Revenue, an office of the Inland Revenue? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I understand. But guys,
even so, right, sorry.
We're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to be back right after this. So we're going to see you soon.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Pop down, track 7, Tobago, have a plan.
Let me go now. Yes. Yes. Let me go.
If you want life in the islands, come through Tobago. Come through Tobago. Escape Tobago. If you want vibes in the islands, come through Tobago. Come through Tobago. Escape Tobago. Wanted this all of my life. One place with all of my life. Everything that I need is all on the island. You can come in, stay more than a while. So go catch your friends, bring something, and pack up your bag, let's go. If you're looking elsewhere, na 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 na. If you're going elsewhere, na na na.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills? Or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
So I have been here at the beautiful and relaxing Beverly Oasis Suites this morning for Good Morning Tobago, and I'm here chatting with the former Assemblyman, Mr. Ashwood Jack. Good morning and welcome back, Mr. Jack.
Thank you.
Right. Before the break, we were talking a bit about the allocation and Tobago's ability to collect tax here in Tobago. Another area of the allocation has to do with sport and sport development in Tobago. And yesterday during my conversation with the Minister for Sport and Community Development, Shamfuka Joe Lewis, she touched on the fact that Tobago is supposed to have a Lallan Gordon Fund that young athletes are supposed to be able to benefit from, from all different walks of life to help fulfill some of, the things that they want to do, whether it be travel, training, equipment, scholarships. Can you talk to us about that and the reason why we may not have seen that fund being active for a while?
It's interesting that in one bet you could say Tobago have enough money, when the next bet you say you should have a fund. And the question is where the funding coming from. And I'm glad that the issue of sports and that kind of stuff came up in terms of funding. Because what we have seen in the last couple of months, and we have seen it especially around this time of the season of government, is you're saying Tobago have enough money, but yet ministries in Trinidad are coming to Tobago and doing things that fall under the 5th schedule, which is an admission that Tobago don't have enough money to do all this stuff. Or you're saying we only play in politics. So which one is it? I saw it with agriculture, you see it with sports, you see it with a number of things that are under the 5th schedule. And ministers are coming to Tobago, giving out grants and all that. Those grants should be incorporated in the Tobago House of Assembly's allocation. And for that to happen, it's the same thing like the fund. Is it that the government has a line item for the fund like it has for the elite athlete fund? I don't know. And so if that is the case, then why not no action being taken if that money is not in the fund? But I want to just go back to something that we were talking about earlier, and that is about not knowing, but people not knowing. And I want to say this very, very slowly, because I don't think a lot of Tobagonians know. So I will ask you a question, and then I will attempt to provide an answer based on your answer, if that's okay with you.
No problem.
You're aware that there are two major gas fields outside of Tobago that is close to production, the Calypso and Block 22.
I'm aware.
Aware of that. You're aware that the Calypso field, which is owned by Woodside, is expected to produce 800,000 cubic meters of gas per day.
No.
Right? It is expected to produce in the vicinity of 800,000 cubic meters of gas per day. But what seems to be the world's best kept secret is that the Calypso field have been producing gas for Tobago since 2021. I want to repeat that the Calypso field have been producing gas, and that gas is going on to the Atlantic LNG plant since 2021. And that is a field outside of the Castara Palativier area. We have been told all the time that Tobago don't have anything. The daily production of the Calypso field as it is today, sorry, the Block 22, as it is today, is in the vicinity of 200,000 cubic meters of gas every day, every 24 hours. Tobago, the gas is passing, go down to the LNG, and go, yet, with all the talk, with all the things that Tobago have not been said and not been doing, not a soul in the government has said, listen, this is what, if that was somewhere in Trinidad, a new field came on, you'd have heard it on every major newscast. Everyone. But no Tobagonian, not even the people in office, have been informed that the Block 22 have been producing gas since 2021. But yet people come to tell you what you have and what you don't have, and how people don't know. This is what every Tobagonian should know, because as a Tobagonian, if you have been told that you're not leeching off of us in France, when you start to make your own money, somebody should tell you, well, okay, this is what is happening at this time. And so when Woodside brings on stream the other field, which is the Calypso, Tobago will be producing out of the Castara Palativier area in the vicinity of 1.1 million cubic meters of gas per day. I have said for years that we were concentrating on Guyana without looking at what had happened when it was then Petro-Canada had done the initial striking of gas, and the numbers that were being bandied about it. If you look at Tobago population, and all that speaks to the mad rush to try to force Tobago to accept 6% of the budget. Because we know that any changes to Tobago's position takes about 26 to 30 years to get done. So if you accept a 6% of your budget now, the billions of dollars, or in the case of if they bring on stream the other two fields, the trillions of dollars, and they're going to go for a couple of the blocks, that will come to Tobago. Tobago will still only be entitled, based on the law, to 6% of the budget.
All right, and what do you say to the position that although Tobago may not get, let's just say it's just due financially in regards to its percentage in this particular version of the bill, that we should take what is in there and continue fighting for more, as opposed to staying at the 4.03 minimum?
And that again was based on population size. And if you tell me Tobago population is now 5.8, then if you're honest, you'll give us 5%, 5.8% of the budget. And then for someone to tell you, is you look at an adult and tell adults, I can only give you 4 cents of every dollar. I know you're entitled to 8 or 10 cents for every dollar, but I can give you 4. So take this. And a couple of years again, we started the same argument. For people like me, this has been going on since I was a child in the late 70s.
But don't you think that an increase to 6.8% that is being proposed is far better than where we are now, and allows for us to at least within the next 5 to 10 years do more while continuing to the fight for more for Tobago, as opposed to going back to ground staying at ground zero with the 4.03 and continuing to
fight. That argument, and that for me is a flawed argument. People have to understand what they're entitled to. And someone can't tell you, I'm only giving you this for now, when you know what you're entitled to. So it's an admission to Tobago and that we have no respect for your entitlement. I have just said to this country that Tobago is producing 200,000 cubic meters of gas per day since 2021. But yet, somebody is telling me, it's okay, that's too much for you. Take a 6%. The question is, what will 6% do in terms of bringing Tobago on par in its development with the rest of the country? We will always lag behind because we will be 94% spending less than the rest of the country. Yes, it's a larger place, but then there are certain things that we have been traditionally underfunding. And because we have been traditionally underfunded, there are a number of things that we cannot do. I welcome the airport, and that is not in the Tobago allocation, which is wrong also, because the law says that wharves and airports are the responsibility of the Tobago House of Assembly. But you're building an airport and tell me it can hold around 3 million people a day. But in your budget, there's no provision for how you advertise Tobago between now and the airport opening and in a couple of years after that. Well, we can deal with this fiscal period till now and the airport opening to bring people into the same airport. We have gone back to closing the airport at 9:30. How does that attract additional people? There's a lull in the middle of the day from 11 to about 1, between 1 and 3 o'clock, that you can't get a flight. I went to the airport to go to a brother's funeral last week, and they're locking the ticket door. If you go, say, I want a standby ticket, you have to wait. We're going to sell your standby ticket. Not you'll get a seater. We'll sell your ticket at this time, and then they stop. And then they give you another hour, 2 hours, and then they stop. You know the kind of pressure that is putting the staff under? Because remember, the policymakers aren't at the office. So the people who are getting abused is the staff, because they are the ones people are interacting with. All this is happening as a secret is being kept. That Tobago have been producing oil for years, gas service firms. And I've said to people, anybody, and I challenge anybody to let's do a watch party any night, especially on a clear night, and in the east of Tobago. And if you're a student of geography, you will recognize where Trinidad is compared to where the gas fields are. The oil fields, sorry. On that side is oil, on this side is gas. The oil fields are straight ahead of Belgarden, Goodwood area, straight ahead. Trinidad is all the way down here. But for years we have been told we bring nothing. And everything, even the fields that are now producing and about to come on stream, that is the Calypso and Block 22, the geographic location is in terms of Trinidad.
What does this new bill proposal propose in regards to the mileage off of Tobago that is defined.
It takes it away. In Act number 40 of 1996, it speaks to a 6 mile, but this new bill takes all away. And
so I remember in the last edition of the bill, one of the biggest pushbacks for that bill was the definition of Tobago and the definition of Trinidad. So has that particular area been adjusted in this?
No, it has not been. There's no definition for Tobago. It just sees Tobago as the land space. But if you go to the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, it defines Tobago and it defines Trinidad. It says Trinidad and Tobago shall consist of the island of Trinidad and its dependencies and the island of Tobago and its dependencies. And I also want to say this, especially to young people. In the modern day of determining the size of a country, countries are no longer determined by their land space. It's determined by the amount of space around it that comes with the waters around it. And in the case of Trinidad, Trinidad is locked in by Tobago, Grenada, and Venezuela. In Tobago's case, it's Trinidad, Barbados, and out to the African Ocean. So the majority of exclusive economic zones that is brought to Trinidad and Tobago is as a result of Trinidad and Tobago being one country, that Tobago being part of the country. And that is why the Prime Minister could have gone up to Barbados and made a fishing agreement with Barbados on waters that if Tobago was an independent island, would have been Tobago waters. And yet not 8 Tobagonians from the THE accompany them to make that, to find out how it's going to affect the fishermen, how it's going to affect the rest of Tobago. And we're not saying that we shouldn't have agreement with our partners or our neighbors in this case, but we're saying that out of respect for Tobago, because Tobago brings this. But when you have a parliament in Trinidad, and I'm going to tell you part of the reason that I think I hear this all the time. People always refer to Trinidad and Tobago as a unitary state. I'm quite sure you hear it all the time. Unitary means centralized government. The Constitution describes Trinidad and Tobago as a sovereign, democratic state consisting of 2 islands. And it goes on to tell you Trinidad dependencies and Tobago and its dependencies. So even back then, they recognized that the issue of a unitary state was problematic, and therefore did not even want to use it in the framing of the Constitution.
Do you think that a public education campaign on this new bill and exactly what it proposes for Tobago is necessary to move the argument ahead and come to a reasonable middle ground for Tobagonians as this bill comes before the Parliament, possibly before the end of this year or at early 2025?
I think it's absolutely necessary. You can't govern people who don't have information. You can't govern in ignorance. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for the population. Because if someone don't know, then you might have a pushback on what you shouldn't have a pushback on. Or you might have acceptance on stuff that really is inimical to the interests of that individual or to the society. And so the best way to do that is for people to have all the information. But I'll be told what we went out and we do all this stuff. One of the things that we have noticed is that we do the same thing the same way, expecting a different result. You ask the average young person to come into this place where everybody sit down in a jacket and a tie and speak down to them, they will not come. And the same way politicians go out and campaign on the road hole for election. There needs to be a way of saying, if they know that is the best way to meet you for election, it is the best way to meet you to educate you.
Excellent. We want to thank you so much, Mr. Jack, for bringing these perspectives to the fore and talking about what Tobago should know, specific to some of those gas fields out there in Tobago waters, the Calypso field, as well as Block 22. Now, hopefully we get an opportunity to continue this conversation on what Tobago is producing and its contribution to the national purse at a later date. But for now, we have to round up this discussion because time has run out on us. But we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be back right after this. So see you soon, guys.
Tobago Carnival, Friday, October 25th. Caribbean Vibes presents Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. From the premium drinks to the mouth-watering Caribbean cuisine, this is a must-attend event. Tequila Sunset, the all-inclusive premium poolside edition. All going down at the beautiful Imperial Suites poolside. Your DJs in the mix. Mighty Crush Entertainment, musical mix. Starbright and DJ Echo. Trendsetter Goofy and Jason G Artistry. Caribbean Vibes, Selector Trini and Snoopy, and Foreign Bass. For more info, call 868-475-6218 or New York at 917-561-9742. Tickets are available at Tobago Glass Supply, Scarborough, and Travis KK Stop and Shop Supermarket, Cane and Tobago. Online at tequilasunset2024.frontlineticketing.com and islandetickets.com/events/Tequila Sunset.
Tell them I gone, don't even bother calling me. Tell them I gone. I said, tell them I gone, don't even bother calling me. Tell them.
Attention soldiers, are you ready for the ultimate mission for Tobago Carnival? It's time to gear up for Army Vet Operation Rocks Glow.
I feel like I'm running tongue again. No place like home. Put them in the center, go. Put them in the center, go.
We're taking the vibes out to the countryside, where a premier cast of live entertainment will be pumping all night long. Army Vet Operation Rocks Glow. Join us on Thursday, 24th October at the Sid Grace Sporting Complex, Roxborough, for the high-energy Wear White Soca Bashment Rocks Glow. Army Vet Tobago. Operation Rocks Glow.
Now here what's going on. You see this section? It makes me feel to move. You know why? It's called Pina Colada. I like Pina Colada.
Forget just the girl them crave for. They really need you too. When you play with
oh my goodness. And as the name says, it is as creamy as it's sweet.
Never wanna leave cause the drinks them running for throw. Cause I really feel a vibe every time I say right down and up and like this, but it's nothing like this. Not you be like you again, jam say something and nobody like you. And every single time we touch, you know I never stop.
This is Pina Colada, something nice with a little bit of spice, and of course, not once, but we're gonna do it twice.
Cruise make the border.
We are on the road with Pina Colada. Boom, boom.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, you guys know that we are having our really special episodes here at the Beverly Oasis Suites in Lowlands. And this morning, I'm chatting with Christian Ward, who is the manager of Beverly Oasis Suite. He's the general manager, and now they are fully booked up for the Carnival. But outside of Carnival, there are a number of specials and packages that you can tap into. And this morning, we're going to talk a bit about that while I have the privilege of showing you a number of their really interesting suites. Good morning, Christian, and welcome.
Good morning, Chanel. Welcome. It's indeed a pleasure to have you here and also the Tobago Updates family.
Right.
Nice to have you
now,
with us.
you told me that just last week, you guys had a really big contingent coming down from New York to enjoy Beverly Oasis Suites. You had a big bashment here, exclusive, of course.
Yes. So that's a group coming right out of Brooklyn, New York, and around the world. They would have had their mix and mingle right here at Beverly Oasis Suites. This was their second time doing this.
Right, and so tell us a bit about that, and how can other persons do similar events here at Beverly Oasis Suites?
So, of course, they are a group called Fly Down. Now, it's an exclusive event associated group. They normally have a nice little mature crowd, and it's very, very safe and affordable to the public as well. That's the Fly Down group. Now, anyone who wishes to have an event, they can feel free to contact us, and we will be happy to tailor a package or whatever they may have in mind to do. We would be happy to have that done here at our establishment for them.
All right. Well, but when we talk about Beverly Oasis Suites, it's right in the middle of Lowlands, very close to the highway, easily accessible. But how did the whole name Beverly Oasis Suite come about?
Right. Now, that's a question that we get all the time. Now, our executive chairman and owner, Mr. Aaron Henry, he keeps family very, very close to his heart. So no other way to show tribute or to show that love for your family than to name a hotel after the name of your sister. So that's what he did. So Beverly is actually his sister. She is very, very, she loves to travel. She loves hospitality. She loves people. I don't see why not.
All right, well, you know, without further ado, let's look at one of these suites,
Sure.
right?
So what we have here is what we call one of our junior suites.
Okay. Thank you. Right. So, okay, tell us a bit about the suite. Is this like the basic suite?
Right. So this is one of our lowest suites right now. It is $695 at the moment. It's more tailored for couples and single persons and those who may be traveling on business. If you come this way, you'll see that the office chair, we have microwave televisions, and we always like to keep things looking like new.
Right.
Everything.
And you know, when you book a room, you always want to get a room that has a refrigerator and a microwave so that you don't have to always be buying food. You can, you know, get something to eat and always heat it up after.
And the thing, and what makes here so beautiful as well, we have, as I always like to say, we have 4 levels of comfort. Our heated indoor pool, our spa, our accommodation, and last but not least, our La Fontaine restaurant. So you don't need to go anywhere once you are at this Oasis. You just step out your door and you can treat yourself to our restaurant.
All right, and tell us about what happened with the Carnival bookings. Like what took place for that? Because we know there's nowhere to get a room now.
Well, we are fully booked at the moment, but right after the Carnival season, we go into November and December. And you know what happens during that time? November, we would be running a next special again, where you book 2 nights, you get the 3rd night free. So that's something that you would do well to participate or get your bookings in as soon as possible.
Right. Does the bookings come with breakfast included?
Yes. Our bookings do come with breakfast inclusive. Now, if you wish not to, we have room-only options, and you can feel free to participate in the restaurant. We do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or you can feel free to go down there and have yourself a beautiful cocktail. We have one of our signature cocktails, the Blue Oasis.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll enjoy
what I
it.
can say is that the room feels very homely.
Yes.
It feels very cozy, you know, that Tobago home-like, relaxing paradise feel that is different from if you go to a regular hotel and, you know, you get that bit bland.
Right. And Chanel, that's the purpose. That's the purpose of all the detailing that we do. When Mr. Aaron Henry built and designed the room and the structure, he put that into place to ensure that all our guests don't want to leave it.
Right.
And we don't want you to leave. If we had a chance, we want them all to live here.
if you don't want me to leave, I can't stay, okay?
We want you to live here.
All right. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be right back as he shows me a number of other corners of Beverly Oasis Suite. See you guys very soon.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies.
No place like home, home, home. Oh, I love Tobago, baby.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. We go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break away. Freedom in with DNA.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Now we are in, what we calling this one?
This one is one of our beautiful luxury apartments.
Okay, right. And as soon as I came in here, I was like, okay, now I have some inspiration for what I can do with my home. So tell us a bit about this suite.
Right. So this apartment style room was designed and tailored by our owner as well. It features various different styles of accommodation. This one is a 4-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
As you see, how much persons, it's really large. So we can hold about, this one in particular, 8 to 9 persons.
Oh, wow. You want to take us to one of the
course.
rooms and show me what you have? All right. Okay. So
this being the master.
Right.
I mean, if I was a guest, I would really love this room.
Right.
Again, bed, television, and a little surprise around the corner. If you would take a look with me, you can actually come. So you can actually see.
Oh, wow.
So
this is really an excellent experience. It gives honeymoon vibes.
Yes.
It gives family holiday energy.
Yes. So you can come with your family, large group, and we'll be happy to take care of you all while you all stay here.
So how many persons can fit in this apartment style room?
7 to 8.
7 to 8 persons, okay. All right, and then there's the kitchen area for persons who prefer to have their own meal.
Yes.
When they're away from home. Let's explore the kitchen a bit. All right.
So we would have just brought in all of these lovely appliances. We'd have imported them. Very beautiful as well.
Okay,
right?
okay.
As I mentioned, we like to keep things looking like new to give that clean, natural, homey feel.
All right.
Yeah, but this apartment comes fully equipped, and all you just need to do is just come with your clothes.
All right, and what are some of the packages that are coming up next month?
Well, I know I mentioned we have the book 2 nights, get the 3rd night free. We move into the December period where we offer corporate functions and so forth. And you know that during that period, the travel increases. So we do have some special tailored packages for the corporate sector. Now, at present, we have a gift certificate promotion that we are running where you can purchase gift certificates and get a discounted price at the moment. That's up on our Instagram page, so you can head over there and you can feel free to purchase some gift certificates.
Now, you said that you guys are currently ranked number 1 on TripAdvisor.
So,
tell us a bit about that.
Right. So on TripAdvisor right now, we are ranked number 1 in the area. So we have been holding that spot for close to
about... In the area meaning Tobago West or...
Well, in the area of Lowlands where we are.
Okay.
So all the hospitality assets that are around, we are ranked number 1.
Okay, well, I mean, I can see why.
Yes.
I can see why since I've stepped in here. Now, this is a beautiful environment. You said that persons can contact you guys if you are interested in hosting an event here specifically for Christmas. You know, a number of companies have their company dinner, and so you guys are able to facilitate that once you reach out on time. Are you guys also going to allow those persons to use the kitchen area, use the catering from Beverly Oasis Suite?
So we have on standby, and in fact from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. when our restaurant is open and beyond, skilled and qualified chefs that are fully capable and able to satisfy your palate. I would take the time to also mention that we would have been among a few restaurants in Tobago that would have participated in a restaurant week.
Wow.
So,
only if I had known.
Yeah. Jonah Foods would have reviewed our hotel, our food and all of that as well. So we stand fully prepared to cater for any corporate event. In fact, any desirable guest that wishes to challenge our kitchen, we will do well to satisfy their taste buds.
All right, and what does the menu kind of look like from time to time, from breakfast to dinner?
It's a blend of international and local cuisine. From your bacon, salt, fish, to your ham, you name it, we have it.
All right, and maybe a dinner menu might be...
Dinner menu, yes. So we have the curry goat, we have chicken roulades, we also have barbecue, pastas.
All right, you have the lamb, the steak.
Steak, yes, all of that is there.
Okay, now the view here is amazing, to be honest, and I mean this couch just looks really, really comfortable. I cannot help but just take a seat right here.
Have a seat, please.
Oh my God, yes. We may end up staying here all day, right?
Yes.
Hopefully we get to stay. But again, this is a really excellent location. We get relaxation, really that touch of Tobago. Outside of, you know, that very rigid hotel room structure, which is nice for particular occasions, but this really gives family relaxation and a true depiction of island life and island style. Especially you have that warm indoor pool area, you have the bar downstairs, and you have a lot of hospitable staff.
Yeah, and that was the purpose of when we built it. We really wanted to ensure that our guests feel at home on vacation.
Excellent. Guys, you have heard it here from Mr. Christian Ward, who is the General Manager for Beverly Oasis Suites right here in Lowlands. Now, Tobago updates, we are here and we will be doing a number of more special Carnival episodes from right here at Beverly Oasis Suites, and we are happy to be working out of paradise, right? So guys, we want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, and your comments. Thank you for sticking with us throughout this morning's show and doing all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, thank you and have a great day.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new